Hello traders and welcome to tradingwithbill.com. I'm Bill. We're in Thailand. Not a bad day today. It was a little bit of overcast, but I think we're going to be all right. Maybe a little bit of rain later. It's all good. So just taking a look around today, not really a lot. The dollar index has come down a little bit. We're now at 94.39, but still pretty close in that range. It's between, like 39 and 47. It's been hanging out there. It really hasn't done a lot, but it has affected all currency pairs, as we'll see in just a second here. So keep an eye on that. What is going on in the U.S. session? Let's just take a peek at what happened yesterday. So here we can see oil has come up just a little bit, 68.71 currently. Just hanging out there, really sideways. Not a lot going on there. To the right of that, we have the dollar index. We're sitting at 94.61 is what I've got on the dollar index. And so gold is sideways, not doing a lot, 116.04, with the VIX going down again, but now at 12.41. It actually was lower. Actually, I thought it was going to be in the 11s when I got up early this morning when I looked at the charts, but it is what it is. We can see the ES has come down. Now, I was in New York, and this was up here. So later into the New York session, you can see that the ES has come down a little bit. So, of course, we'll keep an eye on that. The Euro futures is bearish. The Euro is still bearish, right? Look at this. Down to the downside, not a lot going on here. Really no higher highs or higher lows or lower highs or lower lows. So the Euro, still remains bearish as my bias. We're not going to really change anything there. We'll just leave that one alone. So that's what's going on in New York. Let's get back over here. Take a look at what's going on today in data today. New Zealand had trade balance, as you can see, was a bad number. Aussie has CPI in about 2.5 hours. We have Aussie CPI. We'll keep an eye on that. That will be pertinent to us. Getting into the European session, we've got German IFO business climate today. French job seekers total. That's a new one, okay? We'll go with you. Home sales out of the U.S. for month-on-month, and then, of course, for June. Crude oil inventories, as usual, on a Wednesday. And that looks like about it. Some stuff, not a lot of things going on. Just my comment for today is it's summertime, folks. I'm going to tell you, it's very frustrating. It's really hard not to enter trades when you shouldn't be in these trades. I had like 3 entries yesterday, and I didn't push the trigger. And you know what? Luckily, I didn't, because they just turned around. Scalpers got to be loving this market. You're moving 10 or 15 pips one way. A half hour later, you're moving 25 pips the other way. It's just, that's the way the market is. Plus, people like to be in a trade intraday for 3 or 4 hours. This is not a good thing. Or, of course, if you're a swing trader, this is just very difficult to trade in these trading environment. But you got to look at the glass half full. We got to be in front of our charts. We can't make trades and make profits if we're not in front of our charts. So with that, let's head on over and take a look at this Aussie dollar. I thought this was really interesting today. This is our up to down analysis, right? As you can see here on the Aussie, this is a daily chart right here. In the down move here, you get to the 4-hour chart. It's really not. It's not saying the same thing, is it? This is pushed up here, but it's hitting up against this 200 exponential moving average. And it's done this twice already, so I'm expecting this to fall from here. Now, you come down to the Ikimoku, and you can see on the 1 hour that, this is above the cloud. The 200 exponential moving average is sideways with a little tilt to the upside. And then, of course, the 10 EMA is right below price. So not a lot of correlation here, a lot of undecision here, right? So, but my bias remains the same. My bias remains that we want to sell this. And with me saying that, let's take a look at what I'm talking about. So we come down here to the Aussie. Let's make sure I get the right one. Okay, this is very interesting to me. This looks really interesting. We've been talking about the 74.40 area for weeks, right? That we wanted price to come back up to the 74.40 area and sell it. So I'm really hoping we can get this boost up here and we can sell this at 44.40. Now, I will tell you this. At 74.25 or 74.30, where it's currently at, if this makes a bearish move and that 10 EMA goes on top of price, there is no reason why you can't get in this trade at the 786 Fibonacci level, right? All pertinent. It's a sell trade. There's no issues here if you wanted to sell this now. If you get it in here at 74.30, stick your stop at 74.50, give it 20 pips, and see what happens here. So this is an entry. I don't see any reason why we can't get in this. My bias is bearish, right? We're just going to stay on that for a little bit. And we got some data coming out, so you might want to wait till after that data comes out. But really interesting on the Aussie today. So if we go over to the Ichimoku clouds, let's just take a look at a closer look at that. Here we are. This is a 30-minute Ichimoku cloud, and we're in the cloud. And we know the golden rule is if you're in the cloud, you don't do nothing, right? So we'd like to see this come out of the cloud and continue to the downside. So what are we showing as far as our lines are concerned? Well, our future line is this red line. It just says it wants to continue out to the outside. Our green line, which is 26 periods back, also showing straight out to the side, which tells me this might continue sideways. There's nothing going to happen right now. But we know, as long as it's inside the cloud, we're not going to do anything. We don't want to trade when we're inside the cloud. Now, interesting enough, we're coming up to here, coming up to another, which would be resistance area here later on as these candles move forward. Remember, this is only a 30-minute chart. So just thought we'd take a look at that. Let's get back to our others that we're talking about. You know what? Let's do this one over here. Let's take a look at the, we can pop up here. We'll take a look at the euro. Euro doesn't look like it wants to really do anything. There's nothing here to do on the euro. We're just going to leave this one alone. Don't do a thing here. This should pop up to like 1740, 1730. Then I would think about taking. I'd rather go up to 1740. Give us a little breathing room before we do anything there. Let's take a look at a couple of new ones today. Let's take a look at the Euro CAD. Here's the Euro CAD. This is a nice little trade opportunity here. This looks like we might have almost missed the boat, right? This has already come down, so what do you really want to do here? You'd really like to see this come back up to here, basically at 54.20, 54.30, somewhere in there. Or, which is more realistic, is that this is going to come back to the 200 and you can take it back down from there. And I think that's a good trade. I don't think you do have some junk left of the chart, but it's not bad junk. I don't think you're going to have an issue there. I think we got a pretty decent chance of doing some good work on that. Let's take a look at the pound yen. Nice move here on this pound yen on a 30-minute chart. Again, here we are, right? I mean, there's no reason why we don't wait maybe an hour or so, or an hour and a half, 3 candles, see what happens with this, see if this breaks below that 200, and we can sell this. Now, we got issues, right? We've got a 10, we got a 55, but do I think it's going to come all the way back up to 46.50 or 46.60 or somewhere up there where you can get in this safely? No. I really don't. I think this is going to the downside as the pound will continue to get weaker today. It's had a strong day yesterday. Sort of, kind of, maybe. But then it dropped later in New York off of the 200. Yeah, we're just going to stay with this. I see this is gonna blow past this 200 EMA and make me look like I don't know what I'm talking about. That's okay. But yeah, if this pops up above the 200, and listen, folks, if this pops up above the 200 and gets up to 42.40, right? Like we are all about it, right? We're gonna jump all over this. Come on, hello. This baby doesn't want to work today. Right, we get up to this 42.40 area, even 25.30, somewhere in there. Sure, we'll take it if this pops this 200. Because I think if it pops this 200, it's going to continue to the upside. Now, if you're bullish in this pair, I don't think this is a bad pair to head to the upside. right? If this closes above the
It's
200,
7 hours.
you know, go ahead and take it and pop it up to the, take it up to the upside. Here we just changed, printed a new candle, and we'll see what happens here, if this continues to upside or not. Just a pair to keep in mind as you go through your trading day. Let's take a look at the euro yen. Here's another one at the 55 exponential moving average. I'm really not, now, if you want to buy this, like you'd have your eyes wide open, right? Like if you wanted to buy this, this is an opportunity where you would say, you know what, this is not a bad move here, and go ahead and take that to the upside where we're currently at, right? After it closes above the 55 exponential moving average, listen, this isn't bad, folks. You get in this at 130.10, 130.15, take this all the way up to 130.60, that's a nice trade. That's a nice trade. Looking at the other side, right? Take a look at what's going on the other side. This looks like a good trade to me. It really does. Looks like we got some opportunity here on this euro yen. We'll definitely keep an eye on that. Traders, well, I can only go back to what I said at the beginning of our talk today, and that is just be patient. I know it's not easy in these summer months, but folks, we got another 8 weeks of this. We got to the end of the first week of September before we're back to normal. We got 6-7 weeks left of this low trading, and I will say the New York session is moving though. If you're trading options or stocks or any of those, the New York session does move. The problem with me is it's late at night. By 10:30 at night, I'm shot. I start my day at 5:30 in the morning, so I don't stand it too long. I'm only in the new U.S. session about an hour and a half, and I'm finished. So I miss a lot of the U.S. session. But if you're in the U.S., of course, New York Open is a great place to be. Traders, thanks for being with me today. Always remember to trade smart, not hard. We'll see you tomorrow morning on a Thursday in Asia. Take care, traders. Have a great trading day. Bye-bye now.